All right, guys. Is anybody hungry? Anybody want an extra snack? Have an extra snack for you. I'm going to give you it, and you can open it up, and you can eat what's inside. And the kid's going to open it up. Ew, it's a spoiled avocado. That thing is brown and nasty. Ew, I'm not eating this. So we start off today, and we open up, and we give the kids, hey, who wants a snack? And we give them something that's nasty. And if you don't have a snack that you can bring or something that's spoiled, you can pull this picture up of this disgusting looking picture of food, and it is in your curriculum, so you already have it. So how many of you guys would like a snack? Yeah, me. And you give it to them. Ugh, not that. Why don't you want this? It's rotten, it's bad, ugh, it's negative, bleh. It's disgusting, I don't want that. So the idea fits right into our verse today. Our verse uses the word corrupted, and that means spoiled. God's good world with good rules, with good people, with good hearts was spoiled by sin. We're going to look at that verse a little bit today and find out what it means. Who wants to read the Bible from my book? Or everybody turn to your Bibles on Psalm 14, chapter 14, verse 5. And as you look at that, it's if you got the same Bible everybody's using for club, it's on page 289. And so if your kids have learned how to use the Bible yet, you don't have to give them the page number. They can figure it on their own. But if you've got the younger kids who haven't had as much time to practice it, they can. You can tell them what page it's on. So let's look at chapter 14, verse 3. They have all turned aside. Together they have become corrupt. There is none who does good, not even one, not even one. You can say that with your sass from the song. So everybody's turned aside. So guys, I've got some questions for today, but to do our questions, we're going to play a game. The game that we're going to play today is called Pick a Card. Now we know the game Pick a Chip, but this is a team version. And on this team version game, we're going to do it where I've got on this side is one group, on this side is the other group. And so we'll let somebody on this side go first. They flip a card over. They get a free 200 points. Good job, team. Next person goes. They get... Ooh, they lose a turn, a blank card. Next person goes. Ooh, they get a question. All right, you get a chance to answer a question for 100 points. Who has turned aside from following God? Who has done that? They get a chance to guess. Whatever their guess is, they get it right. They get 100 points. If they get it wrong, it goes to the next person. All right, and then next team goes up. They draw the candy card. That means they get a free piece of candy in the middle of this game. That sells the game to them. They absolutely love it. All right. Ooh, the next team goes. They got a piece of candy too. Next team goes. They lose a turn. Next team goes. Lose a turn. They get another question. So you go to your next question on your list. What happens to those who turn aside from God? They become corrupt. So what you see right here is me continuing to use some of the games that I know to teach the lesson, to teach the questions that I'm going to ask, even if we haven't taught it yet. Instead of just teaching it and then playing a review game, you can actually use the game to teach the information for the very first time, to ask the questions. They can get it wrong, they can get it right, but what it does lead to is some interesting discussion. And so this is just a couple interesting ways to teach this idea of they've all turned aside. You can use the game or not use the game, but it does make it very interesting for your kids. All right, guys, good luck with today's lesson. It's going to be fantastic. All right, when it gets time to do the application questions, you can judge how your team is doing, what kind of attitude they have, if they're being too goofy or not too goofy. So when you're explaining the verse, you can, for the awareness section, you can use this game to play. But when you move into the In Our Lives, which is the application section, if the In Our Lives part, we want to have a more serious conversation for this application because this is the part that changes lives. You can basically put the game away during that time and then just go through the questions in a serious discussion with the kids. So they've had a chance to learn some stuff in a very fun way, but when it gets time to get serious, if you think your group needs it, put the game away and then ask the application questions just straight up.